Straya, Straya.
G'day Spice Legends, welcome to BURNIN Bites Down Under. You can probably tell from this gigantic tent behind us, we're here at infamous Circus, one of the most amazing adult circuses, very much one of a kind, and we're going to go do a bit of a walkthrough, take you in behind the scenes to see what it's a bit about. Right, let's get ourselves inside. G'day Spice Legends, welcome to BURNIN Bites Down Under. I'm Chilli Philly and we are here at infamous Circus. We're joined by some of the amazing performers here at infamous Circus, known for their adult circus there. Before we get into it guys, just want to do a bit of an intro and tell us what your name is and what you do on the show.
Hey, I'm Kyle, I do a comedy acting show.
I'm Jesse, I don't do a lot. Solomon?
I'm not in the show, I'm just like related to everyone here.
His name's Solomon.
My name's Solomon.
My name's Beau, I'm a bartender and handyman extraordinaire.
My name's Bunny and I'm the cat in the show. My name is ATTIANA and I do front of house jobs.
Awesome guys, awesome. Do a bit of big welcome guys, welcome to BURNIN Bites Down Under, that's alright. So,
They're burning butts.
BURNIN Bites, yeah, it's both. BURNIN Bites, yeah, same thing, everyone knows that. Well, look, I'll just do a bit of the introduction about your service here, guys, because
We've heard it.
yeah, I think they know a little bit about their own circus. Yeah. But what I've read here is Dr. Mark St. Leon, a historian who authored more than a dozen books on the Australian circus, credits the early colonial travelling shows for helping to build a national identity, right? St. Leon was traced to the first circus show in Australia in 1833 when two rope walkers performed at Sydney's Theatre Royal. That was Ashton's. How awesome was that? 1833. So Australia's oldest surviving family circus was granted a license in 1851 and they kept performing through the Federation, the drought, 2 world wars and the Great Depression. Aussie battler right there. Infamous is not only the surviving but thriving ancestor of Ashton Circus who continues to host and perform with literally the ancestors of the founder. We sit here in front of them now and look, I'm absolutely all in this guys. So again, welcome to the show guys.
Thank you.
Love it.
Thanks for having us.
So before we get down to it, guys, what's your chili tolerances like? What do you like with chili?
Not bad.
Not bad?
No, good.
What's the hottest thing you've ever eaten?
Ooh, well, no.
Little Asian
There's
girl.
a miso soup.
Miso soup, 2-minute noodles.
I got a bit wild at Nando's.
Wild and Nando's.
Yeah.
The peri peri.
Yeah, I put the mild on.
I think
The
she's giving
mild
you a
basic.
sign.
What? What's the sign?
Get a bit wild.
Oh. What about you, Jesse?
I was talking about that.
Oh.
Yeah, talk louder.
It's not usually my problem talking louder. But anyway, Jesse, what about
That's
you,
my
mate? What's
nickname.
your nickname's Jesse or talk louder?
Talk louder.
Stop screaming. What? Where'd you get one first? My nickname. What? So, what's your chili tolerance like, mate?
I have none. Absolutely none.
None.
I can't even eat potato chips with chili on.
It's a fun day. And what about you, Solomon? We're going to call you Solo, like hand
Solo.
Solo.
The hottest thing I've had is now in my eye.
Yeah, this is why you wash your hands, guys. Watch your fingers. And whatever you do, if you go to the toilet later, buddy, wash your hands first. We've actually got a sauce called Chili Willies for a reason. And what about you, buddy?
Yeah, man. I get the mild at Nando's, so I go pretty hard.
Yeah.
So this should be pretty fun for the viewers today.
And what about you, Kitty Cat?
No, see the bunny.
I think kimchi.
Kimchi. Well, you're some first fun day. What about you, mate?
Yeah, I can do a little bit of chili, but probably none of this I've ever had. So
Yeah.
She's Mexican. She should be used to it.
She's meant to do it.
I'm
What?
Spanish.
She's meant to do it.
No, she should be used to it.
Where is she from?
No, she's Spanish.
She's Spanish. So she's Spanish.
I'm Spanish.
So Spain represent. That's right. We've got all these Aussies there, but you've got to represent Spain today, mate. So all your answers. Oh, you're right.
Ole, 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 ole.
Good stuff. All right, guys. So as you know, this is obviously like an interview style show. So we're going to ask you some questions. We're going to bounce them off you. But before you guys answer, eat the meat in front of us with this sauce on the
He's dehydrated. He's dehydrated.
Get dehydrated with big by legend. Wow.
He's underrated.
Yeah, so anyway. So, first question, guys. We'll get the first sauce on you. This first sauce is from BEAU Natural. It's amazing. It's a chocolate cream honey chili chocolate. The first question is, why did you join the circus? Or if you did, and why do you keep doing it? And what made you want to become a performer? So, we'll eat this first, and then you answer.
Okay.
The first one. One really quiet. That's red. That's the wettest I've seen one of those shirts. Like, even covered in sweat. Yeah, he doesn't know what to say to that. Sorry, try to give it PG.
You want to start this one, Carl?
That's yum. That's really yum.
So while I think about it, they've got a lifeline here today, Gelato Mio, with some awesome flavours. It's got the honeycomb, chocolate,
Honeycomb,
French
yum.
vanilla. It's got the award for best in Australia, as well as some strawberry there as well. So they've got their lifelines to reach out for, as well as the milk and water. So what about you, Matty? Why join?
Well, I'm actually a 7th generation Ashton.
Seventh
So I was born
generation.
into it, yeah.
So in layman's terms, what does that mean, 7th generation?
Well, so that means my family have been in it for over 170 years, at least.
70 years. Wow. So you didn't run away to the circus.
No,
you were born into
I
the
was
circus.
born into the circus. Born into
Wow. Before you were at Twinkle in Daddy's Eye, or something else.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
probably a few on his
And you're the result. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And so look, what got you? So you obviously were born into it, but to continue to perform, did it feel like it was like natural to do it, or
It's easier than going out and getting a normal job.
better than 9 to 5, eh?
Yeah. But it's easy. You come in and just do whatever the heck you want, really. Get away with it.
So sorry, Solomon.
You're right.
Trying to give a straight face, but Solomon is struggling. Solomon, like, I'm not getting in your eye.
Let's put this in there.
Getting your eye wasn't very fun. But what did you think of the flavour of the chocolate one? Just then,
Good.
it's good. It's not talking very well. What about you, Matty? What do you reckon about that question?
So me, I ran away with the circus.
Do you ever?
Yeah,
Yep.
so my friend in the show is the son and also 7th generation of the Ashtons.
Wow.
And so when they decided to go on tour, I quit my job and up and ran away. It's a good lifestyle. I wanted to see a lot of the country,
Yeah.
especially Queensland, and it's pretty good. We put on a nice show for everyone, get to take them away from their day lives after a hard day work and put some smiles on some faces. So it's a pretty good lifestyle, pretty good job.
Smile on that dial.
Good job, boys. Down.
So what about you guys? What about the
That's
story?
it, mate.
I got a text message and saying,
you
I
too?
need you tonight. Can you do this job? And I was like, yeah, sweet. And then I stayed.
So you were on the Say Yes program, weren't you? Like Jim Carrey. So just said yes, next thing you know, you're a cat in a circus.
I didn't even know what I was getting into.
What about you, lady?
So I actually ran back to the circus. I'm also 7th generation Ashton. Yeah, so my family left the show when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Went and did their own thing, and I've always wanted to come back, and so I did. And yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm loving his Solomon. Struggling before he got the first one in. Got it in his eye. It's bad that I'm laughing, but it's probably more that I'm laughing more because I know exactly how he feels. Because I've got the last one in my eye, I've got Deathstruck in my eye, and I've got all that downstairs in the junk too. So I'm laughing because I feel his pain. I feel really empathetic going, yep, I know that sucks, I know how that feels. All right, guys, let's move to the next one.
Next one! Get some! We're going to need some more water over here for this one.
You need some ice.
Bring out the hose!
So, guys,
No, the water hose.
I know
You
it's
two
a
go
really-
home.
I know it's a really obvious question, But obviously, you're not the only circus out there, and Infamous is a bit different to other circus. Look, why Infamous? Why is it that you chose to be with Infamous, or stay with Infamous, or you felt that this brand was kind of the circus that's coming out for you? Go this next one. This next one's from the chili chick. It's a sweet potato and roast cudgel. Shout out to the chili chick from Mum. Good work, right?
Oh, I can feel
Almost
that.
like a roast, isn't it?
It's like a roast dinner. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Roasted
Good flavours.
Snozberries taste like snozberries.
Snodsbury. It's a bit of a Snodsbury.
It got in my second eye.
Lucky you guys got two.
So why is it for you?
I ran away for a girl.
I got leaked.
Ran away from a girl.
What an idiot.
From a girl to a girl. Dante, you didn't hear that from me.
What about you guys?
Sorry,
Well,
good
Joseph, my cousin, sort of let me come back after I injured my shoulder at a different show, so I did some rehabilitation here. Over time when
He kind of
Pardon?
more low key.
Yeah, so I was just,
Jack
I didn't actually do any performing in the show for a few months when I first came back in 2016. Can you? Okay, it's my time to shine now.
In spotlight, mate.
It's my turn now. Yeah.
So yeah, 2016.
Yeah. 2016.
How can I see? 2016 I came back and I wasn't performing in the show because I was doing rehab on my shoulder. He mentioned that he wanted to do a cabaret circus with a bit of... That almost got the microphone there. Said that he wanted to do a cabaret show with a comedy and stuff in it, and I said, well, I could do that, I guess. And he's like, yeah, but we need something fun.
I can't tell if he's trying to outdo you with comedic style because you're always doing it, so he's like, aren't that weird? Yeah, so you want the comedic style in it, sort of flow with
so-
your personality is like that, yeah?
Yeah, so pretty much what you see in the ring is just me on a normal day.
Trust you not to touch your eyes anymore.
Can we get some straps and strap it down too?
Bit of PPE for the Solomon there, for a little hand solo, little afro solo.
Afro
Yeah, and so we wanted to do something a little bit different, so I decided to get naked somewhere during the show.
And yeah, so if you
I'm
want
not
to see,
going to tell you where, but surprise.
it goes down. So if you want to see this kind of crazy hijinks, get the Infamous Circus and see this crazy personality
Also by souvenirs.
unleashed in every kind of way. What about you guys? Tell us a bit about what's going on.
Pay attention!
Much.
Why this one?
He
Yeah,
didn't have much
so
else going for him.
we're gonna go there.
I'm joking.
That's the comedy.
So yeah, as I was saying before, one of my best friends is the star performer and son of the owner. So that was my little in. And then I figured, if you hang around with the son of the boss, you can really slack off and not have to do much. So it's a real good fit
Slack
for
off,
me.
Oh, I thought you said slut off. I was like, okay.
Well, you can do that too.
Back in the day, maybe.
Circus, jeez, yeah. Spit the truth. What about you, mate?
It's kind of become my adopted family.
Yeah.
I mean, they found me at the shelter. And
You just wouldn't know what.
then
They found me in the show.
Be about you at the end of the year.
What about you? What did you stick with the Infamous?
Just family. It was, felt like the right time to come back to the circus life, and they're in Queensland. Thankfully, they've been over in Western Australia for probably
12 years.
Yeah, 12 years. So never got really a chance.
That's a long time to be a long way away from your family. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. So just sort of fit. Yeah, mate, you're looking cool. Looking like a little dude. He's like sort of the cross between a Blues Brother and Bruno Mars. I think. Yeah.
My dog's name is Bruno.
Bruno.
There you go.
Okay.
We are so glad to see so many of you lovely people here tonight.
I was waiting for him to go. Don't believe it. Just watch. Yeah. Right, so obviously another thing I wanted to ask is
Just this.
being with Infamous, it's another one of those things. How do you feel Infamous being an adult circus is compared to a normal circus that you've done where they're really sort of family orientated, and obviously you've got the animals and all other kind of things like that. How do you feel it compares to normal? So we'll eat this next one here. This is the Yaki 100 from Fire Line Gourmet Chili.
Oh yeah.
Originally only made 100 bottles, but he did so well, Adrian Sakara, that he had to make more. What do you think of that, guys? That raspberry kind of flavour.
Balanced, like all things should be.
balanced like all things should be.
It's very
Well, you can't really compare this to a normal circus because they're two totally different things. Like we have this, they're two totally different sort of styles. We can't really do what we do in this show in a kid show because it wouldn't make sense. Because obviously we've got alcohol references, we've got nudity, the dancers are sexy. You can't really do that sort of stuff. We do have the same circus acts as what you would see in a normal circus, but just in a more cabaret style setting, you know?
So how do you think that compares to being in a normal style?
I like this style better, personally. It's, I don't know, the performing to the drunk crowd is just so much better because they just laugh at anything. Thank you.
it seems a bit more fast paced and a bit more fun for the people. Especially like with the bar, they can make a real night of it, and they really can. We have a lot of people yelling out, and Jesse yells out.
So it's sort of,
sledges in the show. So
shut up, much. Do you feel like obviously because you're in character and like that? Do you feel like because of the alcohol kind of setting, like you're saying there, you get away with a bit more?
Well,
as your character,
you can be a bit more cruder. You can be a bit more rude to people without sort of feeling like
more flirtatious, maybe.
Yeah, and you can be like that too. You know, it all just depends on the situation at the time. You know, if someone's giving you a bit of shit, you're not going to be like. You're going to be like, fuck off. But you can do that in the show, whereas in the circus show you couldn't do that because you defend somebody.
PC.
Yeah, exactly. Even if people are yelling stuff at you, you can't just be like, hey, fuck off.
There you go.
Well, you could.
So you listen to other circuses. This is the one to go.
You probably wouldn't be getting very many people back to your show.
No, that's right. What about you guys? Obviously, being on different types of performances.
I love that we have something for the big kids. Like it's not just for family.
Like, I'm a big kid, that's why I appreciate this.
You know, they can get away from the kids.
Mature.
And we encourage everyone to kind of let their hair down to the night.
What about you, mate?
I like how it's a lot more open. Like you can interact with the crowd. You know, there's no ring fences or things like that. So like the performers are like, you know, quite involved with the audience in a more intimate kind of setting.
Yeah, that's right. So if you do get it, don't be a stranger. Go to the bar, get yourself a few refreshments. That's what you're there for. That's why it's out on service. All right. So let's mosey on to the next question. It's going to get a bit warmer now too. You're going to probably feel this one.
I hope so.
Bloody hope so. Don't talk right now. If you're talking shit right now, you're going to feel it later. You want us to bring it, we'll bring it. Don't worry.
Better.
Talking shit on the third one. Wow. There's 12 to go. There's 12 to go. So look, one thing I want to ask, obviously, you guys travel a lot with each other. You're always in each other's faces sometimes, whether you like it or not.
Big happy.
How close are you guys? You know, obviously, I'm guessing like some of you guys are family.
Yeah,
I'd say about
second cousin.
4 point.
About 6 degrees separation. 6 inches.
0.4 each.
8 inches. No, yeah. Look, and how close are you guys? But also, how do you guys keep connected with your blood family, obviously, when they're on the road? So, look, let's eat this next one first. This next one is Heavenly Habanero from BYRON Bay Chili Co. Big shout out BYRON Bay. Thank you very much for this awesome course.
Woo! I feel that one.
No.
It's pretty easy because we live within 50 meters of each other. You just walk outside your caravan.
your real family, the ones that aren't on the
Yeah.
Well, most of my real family are a lot of my real family are here.
Most of your family give you half.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
So here there's about 10 to 11 family members of mine. And,
Wow.
Yeah. So I've still got.
So you're at home mostly.
Sort of, yeah. I grew up with them from when I was born in '92 till about '98 or '99 when they left, and then it was just me and my parents and.
So you feel more at home at the circus?
Yeah.
Wow. There you go. Yeah. Okay.
So my parents actually work on a different circus as well as my brother works on a different circus. My two sisters live locally in Brisbane and Sydney. Yeah. Separately, and my brother does carnival rides.
So I'm guessing you're an absolute Scott bastard right now. Is that why?
No, I don't talk to any of them.
Not like that. Someone don't get
I barely spoke to him when we were living together.
There you go. National circus.
Yeah.
Definitely for me, it's one of the harder parts. I'm from Perth, so when you're over in like Queensland,
It's a bit of a walk from the sunny coast to.
it's like being in another country, pretty much.
Well, it's 2 hours difference.
It's closer to Bali for us than here. So
Closer to Bali?
yeah, from to Perth, so it's a long way. So I try and get home as much as possible. usually at the end of the year we'll get some time off. Otherwise, when there's some cool events like weddings or something, get some time to go back home and see all the family and friends. So that's pretty much what I do all the time off. It's just catching up with family and friends. Because we're on the road for 11 months of the year. So.
I bet. See, I can't tell. See, Solomon almost looks sort of a bit like a midget at the moment because he's just he looks like he's been blazed, but at the same time he's just been blown away by
I'm
the heat.
from
Wait,
Melbourne.
you didn't invite me?
I'm from Melbourne. They never got me.
We're flipping. That's a blue stripe.
Well, I wasn't with the circus, but I've travelled since I was 14, so I don't actually see my family that often. So
Is it a good thing or a bad thing?
I used to think it was good, but no, now I miss them a lot. But I keep in contact with them, go visit when I can. Most of them are in WA, down south.
Wow, so fair few from WA, and you've got Spanish in you.
Yes.
Where are you from though?
I'm from Australia. Both my parents, like I was born here. My mum's Australian, Jesse's just being a smart ass. My dad's lived here for 40 years, so we're technically Australian.
Still barely speak English.
You or her?
No, 40 years.
Yeah, he needs a translator whenever Jesse comes over.
He's a translator. Oh, you are.
No, not me.
Oh, right.
Don't slam the fucking door.
No,
Like, why are you
slowly with the door, eh?
Slowly with the door, eh?
I'm just making up numbers.
That's not an
Let's move to the next one.
Oh, shit.
So this is going to be a little bit hotter as well, guys. One thing I did want to cover, obviously you've been in a circus, your performance, people see performers sometimes not just as people, unfortunately. I think obviously just as there's characters and they're sort of put on pedestals, but they don't interact with them as like normal people do, you know? And so the question I want to ask is sort of what's your weirdest requests that you've gotten from people or customers or patrons, and you've just sort of had to just sort of deal with it and just going, oh, okay. But look, we'll eat this next one. This next one is from Mark Saint from Chili Pepper. This is Sting Like a Bee.
Oh no, I've never been.
I'm allergic to bees.
I've never been stung by a bee.
I feel like a slow burn.
Yeah, delayed
Yeah, a
fuse.
slow burn. What do you think of that, guys?
Yeah.
It's sort of curry-ish, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is,
Yeah,
though.
the
Shout
other
out to
one's
Mark
like
Saint.
sunny.
Thank you very much for that.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man.
Good description. Sorry.
I think he'll appreciate that, eh? Pretty much. So what do you think, mate? What's the winning weirdest request you got?
During the photo booth one time, I had a girl try to lick my nipple. Yeah, probably the weirdest one I've had.
Did you introduce yourself first? Or just
no,
walk
just-
straight up, lick nipple.
Yeah.
He nearly got kidnapped one night.
That was in Perth.
Try to steal his liver.
He got in the car with
He drove someone home being a nice person.
He drove them home.
He drove them
and
home.
they nearly
After
kidnapped
the
you.
cover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
No, sorry,
he
he
ran away
opened
to the
the car
circus
with
and they've tried to run him away.
actually, that's one of the weirdest.
Carl was a frisky little boy
That's
back
one of the
then.
weirdest requests.
Carl!
Damn it, Carl.
My car.
I'll go my story last. My
Demands
story will
no
top
reply.
all
Oh,
of
there
these.
you go. Yep, just get a bit cocky. I don't know why.
Literally.
What about you, Bruno Mars?
Weird things we get at the bar sometimes.
There's too many to choose from.
We get some
The
characters
alcohol
come to the
involved,
show.
it just sort of makes people a bit loose.
Yeah,
Uninhibited.
definitely.
Yeah, okay.
We get some characters before the alcohol, and then
And then
after
after
the
they
alcohol,
just sort of come out and
they're real fun.
amplified. All right. What about you, Bunny?
Off the top of my head.
Honestly, I think the weirdest thing I had was
Wasn't a dog.
no. I've had dogs in the show. I got a message from two different people, and I had to judge which of them had the cutest pet cat.
Oh, I thought you were going somewhere else with
No,
that.
I've had.
Pet cat is code word for
No.
pussy.
I get them a lot, but I think the weirdest thing was judging. I get pictures of people's cats. All
So you
the
get
time.
cats all the time, and you're just like, come on, man, I'm going to play
Well, I take the photos of
Come join Infamous.
customers and
That was
stuff
the
when they're
weirdest
leaving,
request.
like with the performers. So I get a lot of like after show just antics with what they want to do in their photos and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of No, I can't be too specific. One time I was taking a photo
Okay.
and a middle-aged lady came and gave me a hug and like hashed me,
Yeah.
and I just had to be like, thank
Like,
you.
that costs extra?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually though. So at the end of the show, again, getting all the photos with everybody. It's the worst time to be out there if you're anyone in this show, really. So they love to just be touchy-feely with everything, right? Now, obviously,
With
because
everything.
With everything.
obviously because I get my junk out on stage. Yeah, you're listening at home, viewers. Pull up a seat. You're probably already sitting down. Let's face it, you're at your computer. We can edit that out. So the end of the show, I'm there and this lady keeps on trying to put her hands down my pants. Yeah.
So like the
it gets better than this. So I'm pushing her away, joking around. Ha ha ha! Go away, you stupid bitch, or whatever. So then anyway, these guys come up and want to get a photo with me. So there's a big group of them, about 10, 15 of them. I go, yeah, sure, no worries. They all squish in beside me. I put my arm around and get a photo. I turn to the left. It's the lady that's trying to put her hands down my pants. Now, I've got my hand behind them all. I can't get out of it. She's just going ham, grabbing everything. Not over the undies or anything. Fully in there, just grabbing everything. And I'm like, whoa, woo! I'll give you 2 minutes to stop. But anyway, while that's happening, these guys were also like grabbing me and forcing me to drink for the photo. There's a photo out there somewhere, so I'm not bullshitting.
So he's
You find it, you tell me, I'll give you $10.
It's still on there.
All right, we'll move on. It's sort of in the theme of what we just sort of talking about there. Obviously, individually, you must have some pretty full-on requests and things like that, what we're saying there. But as a show, what do you feel, obviously individually, and probably as a collective as well, what was your worst and your best show? Like, what you felt like in your mind, maybe in your career or as you've ever worked in this kind of career base, what was the worst or best show you've ever done and why? So we'll eat this next one. This one is from Chili Willies. This is the Carolina Reaper Rectum Wrecker.
The Rectum Wrecker.
I shouldn't have eaten that chocolate before.
This is like,
Wrecked them, damn near killed them.
it's the Rectum Wrecker. Now I the
no.
Rectum Ralph Wrecker. Yeah.
It's a little bit hotter.
He's alive. He's alive.
Oh, that is hotter.
That's hotter, that one.
What do you think of that flavour too?
Very nice, very strong.
Yeah. So everyone's sweating. If it's not for the chant in the heat in here.
Man, I mean these things like they're tabs.
Yeah, that's hotter. Oh, that's building as well.
Yeah.
It's just going.
That's still building as well.
You wanted to shop them before. You still want to take out that offer or shop them?
One thing that came to mind, when was it? We had to make a few changes. We got somewhere and we made a few changes.
Oh, Bendigo when we had to put up and pull down.
I just remember one show, a couple of things changed in and out. Not everyone got time to practice.
Oh, when was that? The
Music
show
went
was just
wrong.
all over.
Everything was out of the place. Like, I think we were missing something for some of the acts.
Somebody was out because they were sick. Dante, it was Wagga because Dante and Bunny were out.
Yeah.
And we were showing to
Dante
like,
nearly died.
I think we were doing the show to like 60 people. Hey? What?
Three people were out, yeah.
3 people were out, yeah.
And we said the
Oh, I
blackouts
wanted to dance.
were-
Yeah, and we were
I was
showing to like
visiting
60
Dante in
people.
hospital. Yeah.
So we have a venue that can sit over 700, I think.
Yeah.
Close to 700, you know? And we were doing sellout shows in Perth, Adelaide, to Wagga Wagga. And we were showing to 60 people. It's a beautiful town. The people love the show. Putting the people down. All we're saying is just, it was just, yeah. And we were there for 3 weeks before we even started open. Like, before we even opened the show, we were there for 3 weeks setting up because we had some stuff to do. And they still didn't turn up. We gave them so much time. No, there was a lot of stuff. Hey? Yeah, the
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And so what do you, that's obviously probably one of your worst shows as a collector. What do you think your best show was as a collector? Like,
Gold Coast was really good.
I think here on the Sunshine Coast has
Sunshine
actually
Coast
been
was
some of the
really
best.
good as well, actually.
The people on the Gold Coast were tame. Like they wouldn't be in your face as much and rowdy. And it's good. We like it.
Yeah,
Some people in the Sunshine Coast and in some of the towns that we've been before, they just don't know when enough is enough, and they go a little bit over the top.
there you go, Sonny guys. That's
Just a little.
But we love you. We love you.
Yes, I think
not
like,
smile away.
performance-wise or crowd-wise.
both.
Yeah, crowd-wise, I felt like Townsville was really good. They were really receptive.
Actually, yeah, straight
that
from
was
the start.
probably that was probably the best place, I think, Townsville. Oh, Ellie Beach was actually
Early
Beach, no.
my two favourites.
They love to party in early.
Oh yes.
They drank us dry every show in early.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you, Ellie.
Thank
You
you,
got me
Ellie.
some lights.
Good stuff. All right, guys, so we're halfway now. If everyone's starting to get a bit of sweat on, you feeling it?
Yeah. That one just kept building.
Everyone's feeling a bit warmer now. Good stuff. I know Bruno Mars here is. That's all.
He's still with us.
Still with us. How's your mouth going, mate?
Good. My eye is.
So your eyes hurting more than your mouth?
No, my eye.
No, it's a good thing you have those sunglasses on.
I want to ask, what's your tips for aspiring performers? So people that are sort of looking to get into the performing game, performing gig, whether it be in a circus, whether it be in musicals, stuff like that. What are your hot tips for those guys that want to get out there and get themselves out, or begin their training to begin this kind of career, this routine? What is it that you would give as advice, maybe even to your younger version of yourself, to get into this kind of career? So we'll eat this first one. Next, this one is from SABARAC. This is the Grim Reaper. It's a pumpkin, naked pumpkin.
It looks deadly.
Janet, do you have this one? Thanks, mate. Fermented one. Fermented ones are much kind of more unique flavour and heat as well.
It's a Grim Reaper.
Yeah, everyone's starting to feel that. So what do you think, guys? Like that question there.
It's not too bad though.
What do you think, mate?
For what I've seen, I'd say this goes for sport as a whole, but especially in something like this, I'd say
some of this
gymnastics.
translates really well into what you guys do in sports.
A gymnastics foundation is probably the best thing I've seen for people.
Yeah.
People that start with gymnastics, especially if you're a kid.
Yeah.
Generally, if you can learn it all before you even know what you're doing and you get to an adult,
Just getting like the
body control and coordination and the motor skills.
Control, yeah.
Can I take this one, Phil?
Yeah, go for it. Take it away.
In the case of Jesse, in Jesse's case, like being born into it, they're forced to take you as a performer. So
That's the easiest route, probably the most solid.
You just do what Carl does and sleep at the boss's knees.
Whatever works.
So there's multiple avenues.
But like,
You can do a boat and sleep at the boss's son.
Hey,
keep it be the best performing candidate. Sorry.
Keeping a good, strong mindset is probably it's the hardest one to keep.
Because obviously it's good to have the muscle structure and the flexibility.
But if you don't have the mindset, you're screwed.
discipline, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so strong mind, guys. So if you obviously want to be a performer, it's not an easy gig. It's not for everyone, as you probably say. So get that mindset. Pretty simple. Yep. Cool.
Get that mindset.
Come on.
You're a cornholio over here.
So, obviously living in the circus, it sort of feels like it's a bit outside the normal social boundaries of communities, and obviously where you live, because you sort of just pack up and go. Do you feel that the circus has its own kind of set of rules when you've joined, and do you feel that it just has its own set of rules? You have your own set of rules for each other, but also in that same contrast, in that same context, you feel the circus takes care of its own. Yeah. So let's see this next one. This next one is from FENGLEHORN. It's in Cairns. It's a Supernova Ukulele.
Are you gay, Sol?
That's really
Yeah, it's nice.
Man,
Trying to eat it right now.
everyone's a bit worried when they're coming in here. They're going, oh, this is going to be hot. It's not just hot. There's some good flavour in here too, eh?
there is beautiful flavors.
Get it out.
It's quite nice.
Oh my gosh, my taste buds didn't
Yeah, it's definitely like our own little community here. For example, like we had a power surge last night, and all my appliances and aircon and everything blew up.
send
I had
donations.
set up a GoFundMe
All proceeds
page.
go to my bank account.
Enough that I never have to work again. I had probably 3 people immediately say like, bring a mattress over and sleep in my aircon. Like, everyone just reaches out and we look after each other. And everyone's pretty respectful of each other's boundaries. You can definitely, but living and working together 24/7, you can definitely get sick of each other and want your own space. But no, we look after each other for sure.
See, I feel like we don't have rules. We more just kind of learn to how to like.
So you do something,
look
and it goes wrong, you're like, don't fucking do that.
Well, sort of.
It's more like I feel like it's
We're a little
because
bit more
a lot of them are
understanding with
family.
each other.
It's built more on that.
Than people closer. We work together, we live together, we eat together sometimes, sleep together.
Oh, snap.
No, there's none of the dances in here. Oh shit, did I say that out loud?
Oh, they're watching. Okay. We have an audience.
No, but there's a lot of unwritten rules that we have with each other, you know, and like if we're out with each other for dinner or lunch and somebody doesn't have the money on them to get something, we'll just buy it for them and then, you know, it'll just, the way that I like to say it is, that's just me.
Experience.
The way I like to say it is everything just comes out in the wash. So eventually I'll give them something, not anytime soon. But
Except babies, they don't go out and wash out.
They do if you put your socks in the wash.
Obviously, being good performers, so a lot of people get like pre-show jitters and things like that, and you've got to sort of coach yourself into that mindset, like you were saying before, of being in the performance mode, being in that character. What are your pre-show warm-ups and rituals before something goes down that gets you into that mindset or helps you, or it's just something you just sort of have to do before the show? So we'll eat this next one and then you guys answer us. So this one is Jeff Mahide from 13 Angry Scorpions. So this is a Trinidad Maruga Scorpion.
Scorpion, right?
Also eating it with the hot screen.
Woohoo! Labeled freakishly hot. Well, let's see if these guys can answer this. So, what do you reckon, mate? Anyone got some words for that?
Well, I think by law I'm not allowed to answer my question, so we'll move on to somebody else.
And that won't be funny either.
Well, we can edit this.
No, so just before the show we just yeah, no.
No, that's
well, a lot of us have a lot of jobs to do before the show, so we don't really have any time to sort of think about pre-show jitters because we're too busy getting prepared for the show. Like, so for about 45 minutes before the show, I'll be doing setting up all the lighting and stuff still and getting the balloons and that in place, putting blowers out. Merrick will be practicing doing handstands and that, and just getting ready. Kyle will be
Playing
Kyle will be somewhere. Bo's out in the bar getting stuff ready. ATTIANA's getting ready in the canteen. Bunny's getting painted up because it takes a long time. And I don't even know where he came from.
He's came up on the sidewalk one day.
No, that's right. We established that.
I'm going to say anything. What about you guys? You got some pre-show rituals?
Yeah, I normally walk into the tent and scream at everyone and then, you know, go home for a bit.
You walk in, hey, let's go! Get them Daggle Dogs on!
Don't sell Daggle Dogs! This place smells like Daggle.
No, but like you're right. Like, I think something that a lot of people don't understand about circuses and performing acts is that you're on the show and you've got a set budget. You know, and you've got a set amount of time and money in hand. What's a budget? What's an economy? What economy? Yeah. But you've only got so many hands to do things, and you can only afford so many people to work with things. So you obviously see with circuses that you've got to be multitasking. You've got to be able to put your hands and your skills towards multiple things, because otherwise you're losing. You're
I can put my hands on multiple.
Multiple people, I mean, things. So you've got to be able to use multiple skills at multiple things. And I see some of you guys on the bar, or you're doing some rigging, or there's so many different people doing so many different things. It's not just one act. So I think that's what you were saying before. You're delving into saying, you've got to be mentally there, because you don't just walk off and go, cool, I'm done. I've done 5 minutes. I'm out. Peace. You know, you're there. You're doing my lighting. Some of you guys are helping with the rigging. Some of you helping with the bar. You know, it's not stop. You don't stop until everything's done. Everything's done.
But every show is different as well. Like you have you're dealing with hundreds of people, different people every night. So you don't know that.
You don't deal with the same people.
So you always got to be able to jump in and fix whatever the issue comes up.
And you can't just call someone to do it.
Everyone's
If you do it, nobody does.
Well, it depends. If it's like a power problem and they're out there, they'll have to call either Joseph or me or Corbin to come fix it, because we are the guys who deal with the electrical stuff. You know?
They're normally the cause of the problem.
But we don't mention that part on TV.
Because you're not always near a Bunnings, or you're not always near civilization or
Funny story. This is the least amount of time I've ever been to Bunnings, and it's right there.
across the road.
Me too.
It's not a very
Me
good
too.
Bunnings. Just what I want to ask you is, guys, So I think we sort of tapped on it before, but I wanted to ask, like with normal life, obviously some of you might have experienced normal life for a short amount of time, or you had a lot of it before you delved into circus. I wanted to ask you, like, what's the difference between normal life and circus life? And like, what are things you notice when you're on tour that you didn't realise until you just sort of got on tour and gone, oh, okay, like that's how that's like. That's what that's like. So we'll eat this next one. This one is from Dr. Paul's Hot Sauce. It's Ruby Reaper. That's shout out to WA.
WA rep.
WA Rip.
Yeah.
Holy guacamole.
They watch everyone else but me.
Very nice.
Good, Solomon.
Come on, Bruno Mars.
I put ice cream on it.
What was it? Afro Solo.
That's a good random Mars bar. Put it all in.
I can't believe we just watched. You just ate it with a Mars bar of ice cream.
That's the way to do
Give me
it.
a clap.
That's
Give
the
me a
way
clap.
to do it.
Good on you, mate. Solomon, how old are you, mate?
My name's Solomon and I have diabetes.
So 10. 10 years old. 9. 11. 11.
Can you
Oh, that's
count?
hot.
No, not really.
You say 9/11? Well, the circus life pays weekly. Very weekly.
Is that a stab at Joe? Like, hey Joe, should we get...
Pay us more. No, I'm joking. You're good enough to.
Stop buying lights.
No, buy us more lights.
All our paychecks go to Jesse's Lights at the show here.
Only on a bad week.
Now, like, what do you guys reckon? Like, is there serious differences or subtle differences that you sort of miss when you're not at the
community.
on the road? You're on
I learned not to take my showers for granted.
Oh yeah.
the road or when you're out?
No, when you're on the
In
road.
general.
Is that because you got to share everything kind of?
The
just where
water
we
pressure
roll.
is nowhere near as good as a house.
And if
Some
you don't
places are
time it
really
right-
bad. It'll just dribble out.
If you don't time it right, they've already packed up on move day. So if you
Yeah.
get up too late, you've got to get up early and have a shower.
That's the biggest lesson.
Yeah, if you get up after
That makes for a very unhappy chat.
Otherwise, me personally, I hated sitting in an office like 9 to 5 and you have to watch the clock for like 3 hours and nothing to do. Like, I don't want to be
Nothing to
here.
do. What job was that? I'll go work with them.
Any office job, man. It's mindless. But here it's really good. When you're working, you're working. When it's done, the time is yours. You can just go do whatever.
They might give you a call every
So
now and again to sort of come in and do an odd job for like 10 minutes or something, but that's usually good.
Just sort of flexible hours.
Yeah.
When there's not opportunity time. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, well, there's no wasted time. You're either working or doing whatever you want. There's no
It's
like,
100%.
You get a lot of
there's
downtime.
no just sitting there for no reason for a few hours because you're on the clock.
Yeah. What about you guys? Same kind of thing? Or
Yeah, there's lots of free time.
free time?
Yeah, you got to be able to do something with your free time though as well, because otherwise you just go crazy.
Otherwise, get a
Yeah,
mental.
that's it.
Yeah, a lot of
them.
yeah, a lot of the
Yeah.
time, like you'll go in and practice or something when it's not show days, so there's a lot of time for that. But then otherwise, like seeing whatever the town has.
That's actually what I noticed. One of the younger blokes, he was actually in the school trailer.
Yeah.
Ricky, right? Now, yeah, Ricky. And look, that's such an odd little thing. It's so simple that you don't think about. Oh, school.
Yeah.
Right. You're on the road. You still got to learn stuff and then continue to perform.
We also have a teacher.
Yeah, you got to teach on it.
Yeah, that's on the road.
Do they perform as well with you, or
No, he operates a spotlight and works in the bar and
Truck driving and
truck driving,
So-
sets up the big
That's
truck.
in the multiple talent.
Yeah, jack of all trades.
So
like
he
I said.
is, he's a jack of all trades. So he's still in the circus, and he's a teacher as well. There you go. So let's utilise him there to the fullest extent. Yeah, that's really awesome, man.
Yeah.
And so, would you ever trade this kind of lifestyle for a bit normal again? No. No.
Maybe if I was getting paid like $6,000
Yeah, for a good paycheck.
A week or a year? A week. Okay. Yeah.
well, $6,000 more would still be a lot more. Be $6,000 more nearly.
$6,000 more. All right. What to ask? What do you think the best thing is about being a performer, and what do you like about your acts? Like, what is it that you enjoy about being in your act and being a performer, like individually as yourself? So we'll start with you, Matty. We'll move over from there. But let's eat this one first. This is from COBRA Chili. This is Fever, right?
Fever.
Their slogan is Face the Fury. This is 1.6 million scoville. Oh shit. Yeah, you gotta feel that one. So yeah, I'll go over my question again. So, but what do you love most about being a performer? and what do you love about your act?
Because his eyes are watering.
There's your tongue going, bro.
Hey, my tongue!
Remember, dude.
That's a real.
It's getting hotter now.
Yeah, it's getting hotter. We're getting the point.
It's getting hotter now.
Feel free to
Jumped
grab,
another level!
feel free to grab the milk as well.
I ain't no bitch. Okay,
Ain't no bitch. Okay. Well, I will start with you, mate. You're the most composed.
Yeah. That's the thing. Pretty making people laugh, obviously. Bringing enjoyment to the show.
Yeah. And what do you love? So you love being a performer that makes people laugh, or what is it the most you love about being a performer? It's just getting that joyous kind of reaction.
Yeah.
The thing that I love about most about being a performer is probably at the end of the show, the people come up to you and thank you for putting on such a good show and for sort of taking their mind away from everything that they've had.
So the appreciation.
Yeah, the appreciation that you get for just doing the slightest thing that you do for them, you know, and they appreciate it so much. And they come up to you at the end of the show, they want to hug you, they want to kiss you, act like they've known you for years.
Grab you.
Like, yeah, they grab you.
Hold on, let go.
But it's like they make you feel. They don't make you feel.
I'll let you out of the box.
Yeah. They make you feel like really appreciated and welcome into their lives as well. You know, like as a human. So that's probably the best feeling that I get from it.
That you feel like you sort of changed them a bit. You sort of humanised them, and then therefore they've humanised you.
Exactly.
Me, the closest thing I do is the performance I do out of the bar.
Yeah.
That's my main area.
But look, obviously you're helping service these guys, and you're serving all the customers and that. So obviously there's a great deal of appreciation for what you do.
Yeah, I do.
You know, and obviously, do you feel like you get a lot of job satisfaction from that? Like,
Yeah,
you feel
definitely.
that your role helps, like, oil the whole machine to keep things
Yeah,
going.
definitely. And then obviously I do some behind the stuff scenes and all that, so you definitely feel like you contribute. And then
Commented on the bar stuff.
we have lots. People like to chat with us a lot out there, and they see how much we're running around and stuff out there. And I like to vibe with the people. And
You've got to keep the crowd lubricated too.
yeah, that's it, man. I got
really
some say I got the most important job out there, keeping everyone well hydrated for the show.
Lubed up,
Well hydrated.
making me funnier since 2017.
What about you, matey?
Yeah, making people laugh. I mean, that's my job.
Yeah. So you just feel like that obviously the joy is the aim. To bring
Yeah,
joy out
like,
of it.
it surprised myself a lot because I don't think a lot of stuff's gonna work, and then it's a good just to experiment with the crowd. Half the time they teach me stuff, so
The crowd.
yeah.
Okay.
Like you
taking
bounce
people
off
by
them, and
surprise.
that's how you
Yeah.
learn what's funny.
Okay. What about yourself, mate?
Obviously, I don't perform, but like running the front of house stuff, that's very important as well. Like making people feel comfortable and you know giving them a service that these guys have the option to do. But yeah, there's a
First
lot.
thing they see through the door as well.
Yeah, and just trying to make everything nice for them as well as being in here. Because once they get in here, of course they're going to be blown away. But like out there, that's just as important as
Feel welcome as you come
Yeah.
to the door. So and the whole experience sort of rounds up. It's like,
Yeah, we try and build that atmosphere.
It's just not fun family entertainment, it's fun adult entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's a different sort of genre. But at the same time, people don't really know what they're walking into. So I think
But
obviously,
you
like
bring
you
it
said
from
there,
the start, like they'll come and they'll, buy drinks and stuff, and you have a chat and you have like a laugh with them, you muck around.
yeah, because people
that
are
kind of
nervous
stuff.
sometimes about new experiences.
Yeah,
And if you're there to go, hey, it's okay. We're here for a good
People
time.
don't
We're here to facilitate that good time. Yeah.
People don't really know what to expect when they come to this show either. So for us, it's really good to have all of the bar staff on board ready to just give them the best sort of service that they can get, because that enhances their experience here, Everything down from the table services to the bar service, even the technical backstage and all of that is all done to make sure that the people in this tent have the best experience of their lives.
Yeah, they have guys.
From lighting and sound to the bar staff. We are infamous!
Wait, let's go. Go back, mate. So let's go. Guys, it's time for Croc and I. You're probably wondering what's going on.
Oh, what a crock.
Croc in
Yeah, Jesse, I see you.
Ice Spice Legends. It's time for Croc and Night. Sorry, guys, you obviously don't know about it, so I'll explain a little bit. This last round here, we're on the hottest horse in Australia. But what we do is clock a night. We ask you a few Aussie questions, right? They're facts about Australia, and you've got to answer them in true or false. So I start to melt down on this about.
Okay.
So that's all you need to say. Just yell like true or false, right? And I'll ask you questions. True. Right. Okay.
Do I win?
Do you win? You win.
Here we go.
Alright, so here we go. You guys ready? So, ready? 3, 2, 1, go with the sources. Alright. The last Tasmanian tiger was seen alive in 1933. True or false?
True.
I don't know.
False. It was caught in 1933 and died in 1936. The longest running circus in Australia is Ashton Circus.
True. Or false, depending on which circus family you're talking about.
Founded in 18...
Another trick question. Let's not get into it.
No,
Joe,
it's
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Can we just talk about the gap between the spice and this one?
Phyllis Ashton carried the Olympic torch for 2020 games.
True, I was there.
You're there.
They're too young, Jesse.
shit, that's hot.
This is 2.25 million scoville over here, guys. It's one of the last ones. Australia is the world's third largest country by area. It's actually 6th. The Great Barrier Reef is 2,000 kilometres long. True or false? It's actually false.
Longer.
Yeah. Yeah. Koalas have a diet that consists of 3 different leaves from 3 different trees. True or false?
False.
False. It's mainly eucalyptus. That's right.
You can live this.
Alright, true or false? Australia has over 750 reptile species.
I'm not sure.
That's right, it's true. Alright, 2 more to go, guys. 3 more to go. Australia hosted the Olympics in 1956. True or false?
True, Melbourne.
Yeah, just Melbourne. That's right. True. Alright, koalas sleep on average about 16 hours a day. True or false?
What's that?
16 hours a day.
What animal?
Koalas.
Koalas? Oh yeah, true.
It's actually false. They sleep about 22 hours a day. That's right.
Sounds like
Last question, guys.
it's still coming.
In 1890, Australia had a population of 3 million. True or false? False. It's actually true.
Really?
1890. Yeah.
You're not the convicts with you, right?
Well, guys, let's give a big clap. What are you going to say to yourself? Was that bloody hot?
That last one
bloody
was
hot. So
bloody
that's
hot.
from the Chili Factory. Thanks to Alex
I'm
and
glad I
myself
didn't make
for
the
that
whole thing
awesome
by
reaction.
myself.
Scorpion struggled stories.
man, it's coming back again.
But there's nothing else to say,
it comes
guys.
back in
except,
waves.
Can't get rid of it.
Everyone, we're going to get you a look at this camera here and tell us what's going on in Mrs. Circus's future. So what's happening? What's going on?
Burning holes!
Ring of fire!
Next week to Infamous, the burning ring of fire.
So you've got some more shows coming up in January next year, the coming year.
Yeah, so we start in February around Brisbane.
Yep.
Around Brisbane or the Gold Coast, we should be around in 2020, so we should be around the area for about 6 months. Okay, everyone, shut up! I'm trying to concentrate. So we start in February. In or around Brisbane or the Gold Coast. We should be around the area for about 6 months, maybe. So look for us there. You can find us on our website at www.infamous.net.au. You can buy tickets there through Ticket Tech, or you can call the Circus hotline to get any more information that you need.
The hotline's hotter than that last chili.
It's not as hot as that chili, thank you.
Good job, boys.
Thank you! And cut.
We'd like to have a big shout out to Infamous for having us here. This show is amazing. Get yourselves to the show. Jump on the Facebook page. Jump on the Instagram.
Or you can
on
walk.
YouTube. Come watch this show. This is an amazing circus like you've never seen before. Adult theme. Thank you very much, guys, for having this happen. And guys, for now, pick up. It's awesome.